My name is Engineer Chinedu Onyizu. I'm the Labour Party candidate of the Abia South Senatorial election that was held on the 25th of February 2023. I participated in the senatorial elections, general elections in the country, and under the platform of the Labour Party. I had opponents like the incumbent governor of Abia State, Governor Bazu, who ran on the platform of PDP. We also had the incumbent senator of Abia South Senatorial District, a 16-year tenured senator, Senator Abaribe, who ran on the platform of Abga. So elections held as expected across the country. Unfortunately, what we experienced in Abia South again remains the most profound show of travesty of justice to the common man. We had concluded the elections, and Abia South coalition was what held us for 3 days. It took us to Tuesday when the coalition was concluded. At the point when they had finalized the election results from the 6 local governments that make up Abia South Senatorial District, the returning officer, Professor Georgina Ugwani, announced the results from the coalition effort, and also made it clear to everyone in the coalition center, in front of all the coalition, all the party coalition officers and security personnel that were attached to her. She informed everyone that the election was inconclusive because of numerous problems in the various in many polling units. She added that a lot of polling units did not witness any form of elections, meaning elections didn't hold in over 108 polling units. We have checked 108 polling units that elections didn't hold accounts for about 31,000 registered voters with PVCs. She looked at the margin of lead between the purported winner of the election, Senator Abaribe, and the first runner-up, myself. The margin of lead was about 5,800. And then going by the electoral law, if the margin of lead in an election is less than the total number of disenfranchised voters with PVCs, you are expected to declare the election inconclusive. So in the early hours of Tuesday, she declared the elections inconclusive. And then 5 hours later, she returned back to the coalition, Suna Coalition Center, and informed the world, informed Nigerians that she was instructed from Abuja to return back there and announce a winner for the election. In other words, she now announced Senator Abaribe as the winner of the election. So we are curious as Nigerians. We were curious about what happened between the time she announced the elections as an inconclusive election. Between that time and 5 hours later, when she returned back to the coalition zone, the zonal coalition of center, to now announce Senator Abaribe as the winner. We are very certain that there was no supplementary elections between these two periods, and there was no additional information to show anything different. So that is the challenge. That is why we are in courts. Today we are in the courts, and our main prayers are that, one, going by the electoral law, there should be supplementary elections to ensure that disenfranchised voters are not left in the cold. Because 31,000 votes out there, it can potentially swing my way. And if it doesn't, I will be happy to congratulate whoever wins as the winner of the elections. But in addition to that, we have also taken our time to acquire the BVAS information, by our lawyers, and it's also it's interesting to note that many polling units had recorded overvoting. In many polling units, we saw falsification of polling unit result sheets, all in favor of the Abga candidates. So these are things we need to show the judges at the tribunal, and then as grounds for our requests and prayer for supplementary elections to hold at the areas where elections didn't hold, but not relying on or not basing that on the announced result, but a recalculated result that will reflect on the actual votes that we are cast by Abia Southerners. We observed that when she returned back to the collation, zonal collation center to announce the results, in the second instance, we observed that she was announcing the results from a foolscap sheet instead of the official INEC result sheet. We also observed that her body language, her body posture was not as relaxed as it was, at the time she made the first or initial announcements. So my suspicion is that perhaps she must have been put through some form of duress, before she returned back to the collation center to announce Senator Abaribe as the winner of the elections, despite the law that states, that margin of lead has to be, when the margin of lead is less than total number of voters with PVCs, you do not declare a winner, but then you declare the elections inconclusive.